Good morning to all. In this semester, we are going to study about the Transportation Engineering 2. In the Transportation Engineering 1, you might have studied about the highway engineering. In that, you studied about the road design, that is, geometric design of the roads and its failures and materials involved. In this Transportation Engineering 2, we are going to deal about the railways, airport and harbors, docks. So the transportation is regarded as an index of economic, social and commercial progress of a country. And for any development of country, the transportation is the backbone. So the other forms, railways, airport and waterways, plays a main role. Other than roads, we are depending upon these other ways also. So in the first unit, we have railway planning and construction. So in this we have different surveys and uh, components of the permanent way and turnout. This we are going to deal. In the second unit, we are having geometric design of railways. Third unit, airport planning, and in that we have runway design, taxiway design, and in the fourth unit we have airport terminal building facilities, passenger facilities, and in the fifth unit we are going to study about the docks, harbor, and other structures involved associated with that. So this that is, these are nothing but railway track. So the railway track is otherwise called as permanent way. So this is the typical cross section of a permanent way on embankment. So the components, these are the components. The first component is rails and second is sleeper. Below that we have ballast cushion, and below that we have the subballast, and this is nothing but formation. So the permanent way means the combination of rails fitted on sleepers and resting on ballast and subgrade is called the railway track or permanent way. The name permanent way is given to distinguish the temporary tracks. The temporary tracks are also laid for conveyance of earth and materials during the construction of works. So in order to distinguish the temporary tracks, the name permanent way is given to the final layout of the track. And the components, rails, sleepers, ballast, formation, and one more important term is gauges in railway track. Gauge means the gauge of a railway track is defined as the clear distance between inner or running faces of the two tracks or rails, that is the distance between the face of one rail to another rail is nothing but gauge. In India we have different gauges: standard gauge, meter gauge, narrow gauge, and finally light gauge. The standard gauge, the distance between the two rails in this is 1.67, and in the meter gauge 1 meter, and narrow gauge 0.762, and light gauge 0.610 meter. Rails are nothing but steel girders. The rails act as girders to transmit the wheel load to sleepers. The rails are made of high carbon to withstand wear and tear. And we have different rail sections: double-headed rails, bull-headed rails, flat-footed rails. This is double-headed rail and bull-headed, and this is flat-footed. So in the double-headed rails, the rail sections having their head and foot of same dimensions are known as double-headed rails. That is both the heads and both the top and bottom, that is the head and foot, have the same dimension. These rails have less strength and stiffness as compared to flat-footed rails. These rails are not used nowadays on Indian Railway. And the second type is bull-headed rails. The rail section having their head little thicker and stronger than the lower part is known as bull-headed rails. These rails have less strength, stiffness as compared to flat-footed rails. Bull-headed rails are generally used for constructing points and crossings. And third type, flat-footed rails. This is commonly used in India. That is, in these rail sections, the bottom, that is the bottom portion is flat foot. Okay, these rails have more strength and stiffness as compared to double-headed rails and bull-headed rails. This is flat-footed, that is, this width is more than the dimension of the head. And the next component is sleepers. A railway sleeper is a rectangular object used as a base for railroad tracks. Sleepers are members generally laid transverse to the rails on which the rails are supported and fixed. From that, it transfers the loads to the ballast and subgrade. We have different types of sleepers. Uh, Sleepers types based on the materials: wooden sleeper, metal sleepers, concrete sleepers. Earlier days we had utilized this, and based on the availability of the materials we have this classification. Among this, the concrete sleepers, nowadays everyone can see it in the railway tracks. They are nothing but RCC sleepers or pre-stressed concrete sleepers. And the next component is ballast. Ballast is the granular material packed under and around the sleepers to transfer loads from sleeper to ballast. This acts as a elastic cushion between the sleeper and the top of the formation is called ballast. And we have, based on the availability, workability, durability and strength of the ballast, different materials have been used as ballast. The most important types are below: broken stones, gravels, sand, muram, cinder, brickbats, concur, etc., blast furnace slag, etc. And finally, formation. Formation, uh, in otherwise subgrade. Subgrade is naturally occurring soil which is prepared to receive the ballast, sleepers and rails for constructing the railway track. This prepared surface is also called formation. And two more terms I left is cutting and embankment. So cutting means the ground level. The raised ground or hill is cut or excavated for providing the railway line at the required level below ground level, means that is called as cutting. And embankment, it is a raised bank of earth or other materials constructed above the natural ground. It is constructed when railways have to be carried in low grounds or valleys. This is about the components of the permanent way. Thank you.